Okay, I first and foremost I want to give all honors, praises, glory to Yahweh by Sham Yahabashai, Bahasham, Waha, Vakar Kwadash, and honors to the apostles that have in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days. Because we are living in the last days of the last days. We're just hoping that the elect will be saved. But you know, we're not hoping the elect are going to be saved. And it's so important to show up. A lot of brothers have been dealing with depression and you've been feeling down. That's the elites. The elites are pushing out them spirits now. Them demonic spirits are running rampant. So there's going to be times where you feel down, you feel a bit low, and all that. You have to pray against that. You have to pray against that and just stay fighting. Because the enemy wants you down. He wants you depressed. He wants you giving up. So therefore, you got to be in the words. Got to be active with this thing, brothers. Active. And you notice, once you get out there, it's not that bad, is it? Once you start getting out, and after a while, you start picking up the pace. Okay, that's what we need to do, man. Get out there. All right. So we're gonna start with this. We're gonna start with Proverbs 21. There is no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against the Lord Yahweh. There is no wisdom, there is no understanding against the Lord Yahweh. None. So, in terms of counsel and what people are going to do and what they're thinking, the scripture says there's no, I'm just drinking some energy. I don't usually drink it. Just drinking some energy. There's no counsel against the Lord. None. None. And if there is, it's not going to prevail. It's not going to prevail. Because the Lord Yahweh's word stands firm. Okay? The horse is prepared against a day of battle, but safety is of the Lord Yahweh. Our safety is in the Lord Yahweh. So there's safety in what? In the fear of the Lord, there's protection, right? And safety. Once you understand what the enemy's doing and you see the tactics, it no longer has the same effect anymore. Because you know, right? True wisdom is what? The fear of the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom. We're also going to go to Proverbs 29 and 25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. The Lord shall be safe. Key thing. Shall be safe. So guess why we're going to be safe? Because we're putting our trust in the Lord Jehovah Shai. That's why we're going to be safe. Guess why the rest of the people ain't going to be safe? Because they're not putting their trust in the Lord. They're putting their trust in the government. They're putting their trust in their fraternity. They're putting their trust in the old handler that's half dead. The elect are going to be covered because they trust in Yahweh Shai. Right? Them spirits are running rampant now. Rampant. We have to be in prayer more than ever. More than ever. We have to be more faithful than ever. Because the things you're going to see are going to take some of you back. The woman was murdered, right? What's her name? What was she? What was she? A politician or whatever? She was taken out. It was a murder. Celebrity dropped dead as well. What's it? Couple that I forgot her name. You're going to hear about more things now, bro. More tragic news. And we're going to be ready. We're going to be prepared for these things. And you're going to have to be mentally built up, because a lot of people, they're not going to be mentally prepared. Isaiah 33:6. And we know wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our time. That's what's going to keep us stable. They're going to be unstable. Why? Because they don't have the wisdom and knowledge of the scripture, so they're going to be unstable. They're going to be all over the place. Lord willing, we're not going to be like that. You know why? Because we're putting our faith, we're putting our trust in Yahweh Shai. Okay? They're going to be like that. They're already like that. They're already all over the place. Okay? They're already all over the place. Because they don't have Yahweh Shai as a guide. These scriptures is our guide in perilous times, in tribulation, in pestilence. We're also going to go to Job. We're going to go to Job. And we're going to jump straight to 5. Check this out. This is Job 5. And we're going to jump straight to 17. Behold, happy is the man who God correcteth. Therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth and his hands make whole. So you know when we were sore, Yahweh Shai binds us up. His hands make whole. So we're going to be made whole. Okay? He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. There's going to be a lot of trouble. But it says in 6, he shall deliver thee. Yet in 7 there shall no evil touch. 7's completion. In 7 not shall no evil touch thee. 7. We're approaching that time. Brothers, we are approaching that time. A lot of trouble, but in 7 it's not going to touch thee. The elect are going to be covered. The elect are going to be covered from these things that happen. They're going to be protected. They're going to be sheltered in the secret place of the Most High. Why? Because all this time, guess what you were doing? All them years, you were putting your faith and trust in Yahweh Shai. So he's going to cover you. He's not just going to give it. He ain't going to just hand you over. He ain't just going to hand you over to the enemy. He ain't just going to hand you over to the enemy. Where's your faith? I got to say that. Where is your faith? You believe in Yahweh Shai. Well, do you think he's just going to give you over, right over to the enemy? And that's it. He's a protector. He's a guide. He's not going to leave us desolate. This is why brother's got to have a bit. Just have a bit more faith. Have a bit more faith. If you don't have faith, pray for faith. We've got a team. We've got a spiritual team. We've got a spiritual guide on our side. Hello.
Hi.
And his name is Yahweh Shai. So that's who we got to put our faith in. Because he's for us. And if he's for us, who can be against us? Come on. I'm excited. I'm excited. Because it's going to pay off. You're not just do it, bro. If you're really sincere, the Lord Yahweh is not just going to leave you. It may seem that, all right, things are slowing, nothing's really happening. No, behind the scenes. You know, like with movie directors and all that, behind the scenes and all that? Well, guess who the movie director is? Yahweh Shai. Or the Heavenly Father. And Yahweh Shai. He's the movie director. And he's the one that's directing the movie. Let's continue. This is Job 5. And we're going to jump straight to this now. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. When people are starving, because famine's going to happen as well. You know that, right? No foods are gonna be in the stores. It's gonna this when you're gonna really start seeing the violence amp up. No food in Tesco's, no food in Sainsbury's. When the trucks start bringing in, because there's gonna be martial law. When the trucks start bringing in food, what's gonna happen then? Huh? You're gonna be looking for food, right? Well, what's gonna happen then? When you ain't got no food, when your ribs are touching your belly, like them Oxfam programs. You're gonna want food. You're gonna get real ignorant. Anytime if someone's cooking food, you're gonna smell that. Where's that food coming from? I can smell it. Where's it? People are gonna start breaking into houses. This is what brothers. This is what's gonna start happening, right? I smell food. You're gonna start breaking into homes. This type of things happens on a small spectrum already. If someone's hungry, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their own belly. They're thinking about their own belly. That's what they're thinking about. Their own belly. Their own stomach. How they gonna eat? Hmm. You gotta think about these things, man. And you don't want to bury your head in the sand. Think about these things. It's gonna get real medieval. Real medieval. Job 5. And it says that destruction. Hold on just a minute. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. In a war from the power of the sword. In war from the power of the sword. In war. Because the sword is what's gonna reign in war. But it says he's gonna redeem thee from the power of the sword. In other words, destruction. Evil. He's gonna redeem you from those things. That's why brothers need to have faith in these last days. You're gonna start seeing you're gonna start seeing things happening. So many miracles. So many miracles happening. And you're gonna need to have faith. And it says, at destruction and famine, I'm moving too fast. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shall they be afraid of destruction when it cometh. It says, neither should I be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Okay? So you're not going to be afraid of it when it comes. Okay? At all. It says that you will not be afraid of it. Because you're going to be what? Stable. What's going to keep you stable? Yahweh Shai's going to keep you stable in the midst of the storm. Right? In the midst of the storm, Yahweh Shai's going to keep us stable. Huh? Without stability, you're going to be like a headless chicken. Faith is stability. Having no faith, that's instability. So he's gonna keep us in that time. Mhm. He's gonna make sure that we're covered by his hands. Okay. See what else we got? Nabakashia. And in that time, the elect are not gonna be suffering. See, we're suffering a little bit now. The elect are not gonna be suffering. Guess who's gonna be suffering? Our enemies. Those that were not taking heed. They're gonna be suffering greatly. We're not gonna be suffering. And it says, Um, neither should I be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine, I shall laugh. Neither shall I be afraid of the beasts of the earth. It says the beasts of the earth, the animals. The animals are going to be at peace with you. Huh? Oh yeah. Huh? They're going to be at peace with us, man. Okay. They're going to be at peace with the elect. They're not going to be at peace with this devil. They're going to be eating them up. Huh? Got to put some water on my face. You know they're trying to beam me with energy weapons, right? Anywhere I go, bro, it's like a satellite thing. You know, this is military type stuff. That's why you see me moving around when I'm doing these lessons. A lot. Mm-hmm. So the Lord Jehovah Shai is guiding us. Right? The reason I'm putting water on my face, so when they shoot energy in terms of electric or radiation, it doesn't sit on my face. That's why it's a good job to put water on your face from time to time. Bro, I know all their tactics, bro. I know all their tactics. Okay, but the gates of hell will not prevail. Mm-hmm. You will not prevail. We are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Okay, so Yahweh is doing a good work in us. He's strengthening us. See what else we got. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that the tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation. Key thing, visit thy habitation. They're trying to mess with my eyes right now. They do all this stuff. This is technology that's being used, brothers. Some of you get the eye burning, right? That's all being done through these devices, bro. Right? The little eye burning, right? I'm telling you, the enemy's gonna use anything. Okay? Some of these people that you see walking past you, they're ex-military operatives. Some of them, not all of them. And some of these people, their children are ex-military children, bro. I'm telling you. Don't fall for it. Why are they wearing red? Why are they wearing red and blue for? Why are they trying to sensitize you with red and blue? Hmm? We're not stupid, man. A lot of these children are part of the Demule. Mm-hmm. The Demule branch. Baba Kisha. You know? The children's secret society. Baba Kisha. Mm-hmm. But we gotta stay focused. Because we're nearly out of here. Stay focused. So many things are happening. Meditate upon prophecy. I want to go to that as well. Hold on. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Ecclesiastes 39. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. Give your mind to the law. Okay? Give your mind to the law. Of the Most High. And is occupied in meditation thereof will seek out wisdom of all ancients and be occupied in prophecies. So we got to give our meditation. Meditation is pondering upon prophecies. Meditate upon prophecy. Meditate upon Yahweh Shai. Right? Will seek out wisdom of all ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Right now, that's so important. Prophecy. And not just that, Yahweh Shai as well. And it says, and he will seek out. So what's supposed to be seeking out? Prophecy. Meditating on the law also. Give his mind to the law. All these things are counted as wisdom. I'm going to bring you more closer and you will get more revelation of prophecy. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men. And where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out secrets of great sense. See, you're also given revelations of secrets. You know that, right? Yahweh gives you revelations of his secrets. He sups. If any man will come into me, I will sup with him. With what? The secrets of grave sentences and confident in dark parables. He will serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and evil among men. He will give his heart to reserve early to the Lord Jehovah that made him. And I will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. You see? So we also got to resort early. Some of you brothers, I'm not knocking you. Some of you, you're like late time, 5, 7 o'clock in the evening. That's still good because you're still serving out. But what about the morning time? I know, well, I got to go to work. Well, it's even better if you do a lesson before you go to work. That's even better. Because you know what that's going to show? That's going to show your love. That's going to show your love. That's going to show your dedication. And that love that you have for your Havashai. You know that? Result early. So from early, you're supposed to get up and serve your Havashai with meekness and with joy. What are you supposed to be doing? Serve the Lord in meekness early, not late. And it says, he will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and evil among men. And I will pray before the Most High, and I will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. Also, open your mouth and make supplication for sin. In other words, when you go off, pray. You know, we go off here and there. Well, that's why you're supposed to pray. Because when you're praying, that's intercession. That's right. It's not in the way, is it? Oh, we're supposed to make intercession as well. You got the honey pots as well. I know that. We got to stay focused. So you also have to pray. You see, you know they send the honey pots as well, but because you're the women and all that. But we're gonna get that in the kingdom. Don't worry about that, man. Right? So we also gotta make intercession for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? And Yahushai makes intercession for us. Okay? Pray. Pray to the Most High for sins. Yahushai, forgive me for this. Would you cleanse me of this sin? And it says, check this out. When the great Lord Yahushai will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. So the more you read, the more you pray, Yahushua bestows to us his understanding. Because you're reading and also you're praying. And it's good to pray for understanding also. And it says, he shall pour out wise sentences. You're going to start speaking things, your sentences. When you speak, these are going to be wise parables. Now, sometimes they might not even be parables in the scriptures. It's your sentences are just going to be wise. Because you're seeking what? Wisdom out of the scriptures. And it says, and he shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. Give thanks. Manifestation. And give thanks. hmm hmm Give thanks. Do you have a shy? Mm? Mm-mm-mm. Always give thanks. And to the Lord in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge. And in his secret shall he meditate. So our counsel is going to be directed. Our ways are going to be directed in Yahweh Shai. He shall show forth that which ye have learned. So over time, guess what happens when you're doing lessons? You get to show forth all the things you've learned. Does that make sense? Hmm? And shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord Jehovah Shai. Many shall commend his understanding. You listening? Hmm? And so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. You see that? Why? Because of the wisdom that's being exercised. Hmm? Yeah, we wanna exercise wisdom and the understanding, right? Not just speak it, exercise it. Remember, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our time. That's what's going to keep us stable. Nothing else, right? Just that and that only. Okay? And there's no weapon. Isaiah 54:17. And there's no weapon formed against us that shall prosper. No weapon. Right? Bro, the power. We're stepping into our power right now. Hold on just a minute. Let me just pause this. So this is Isaiah 59 also. And it does say, behold, the Lord's hand is not short and that it cannot save. His hand is not short that it cannot save. He's got a mighty hand, the saving power. Right? Okay? Mighty. Trust in the process. And it says that it cannot save, neither is his ear heavy that it cannot hear. That's why you need to pray. Hmm? But your iniquities have separated you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. Right? For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue have muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, none pleadeth for truth. So you know when you're speaking truth, you're pleading for truth. Guess what Yahweh does? He gives you that, and he loves truth. Our power is a God of truth and righteousness. So when you're operating in truth and righteousness, favor shown. The Lord, he's in the heavens. He's a God of truth and justice and righteousness. So if you're a man of like mind, there's going to be favor there. You know, the Lord loves those things. Okay, and it says, Baba Kishah, none calleth for justice, none pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They can shift mischief and bring forth iniquity. So people like that, Yahweh is not dealing with that. Yahweh is dealing with the faithful, those that deal with truth. Even if it offends them, a lot of men in the last days, they're going to be offended by the truth. They were offended at Yahweh Shai. Hmm? They were offended at Yahweh Shai. They were offended at his speech. Why do you think they wanted to chuck him off a mountain? Why did you think they wanted to grab him up? He is the way. He is the truth. Let's go to John 8. Let's talk about Yahweh Shai. Okay? Come on. Let's go to John. Look at show. So we're going to go to John 8. So we got John 8. And we're going to jump straight to 31. Then said Yahweh to those Jews who believed on him, if you continue in my words, then you are my disciples indeed. So that means you need to continue on what you have learned. Then you are my disciples. And it says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You know it, and it's making you free. It's not a difficult scripture. And it's making you free. It says it. You shall know it. So we know it. Because we know it, it's making us free. There is a process to freedom. You know that, right? There's a process to it. But a lot of people, they're putting themselves back in bondage. Don't put, do you know how many Christians are still in, a Christian that's supposed to be free, they're in bondage. Why? Out of fear. For the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, right? But of love and of a sound mind. You have not received the spirit of what? Of fear, to go back into bondage. Alright? Hello? You have not received the spirit of bondage, you get to fear, to go into bondage. Okay? Not received that. I'm excited today. I'm excited. I'm glad I came out here. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a bit fed up. I was feeling a bit fed up and lazy. You know, you get them days where you feel a bit lackadaisical. You know what I mean? But then I thought, no, I'm gonna get up with that pep in my step. Now I'm gonna serve the Lord. Right? That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna serve the Lord. You have a shine. Hello, Brother Kishat. In meekness and in truth. Alright? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna serve the Lord in meekness and in truth. So that's what we gotta do. Right? Even when we feel weighed down, we still gotta get up and serve him. Okay, let's see what else we got. This is John 8. And we're gonna jump straight to. They answered him, I'm moving too fast. They answered him, we be of Abraham. See, these were the Pharisees. Now, you know about the Pharisees, right? Not all of them are wicked. You had a certain sect of Pharisees, not all. Most of them were wicked, right? They were easily influenced by demonic spirits. Now, Pharisee just means it's a teacher of the law. It's a teacher of the law, lawyer, and so forth. But most, not all, had a wicked type of mind towards Yahweh Shai. So these men were saying, hold on, we be of Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou ye be made free? Yahweh answered them, verily I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. Yes, the Son abides in the house forever. And ever, and ever, and ever. So who's the Son? Yahweh Shai. And when let's talk about house, what's it talking about? The temple. Right? The tabernacle, the temple, which you would offer sacrifices. And you would have the ark. And you would have a priest that would have to go in year by year. Now, guess who is that one man? That's Yahweh Shai. He entered into the temple once. It wasn't yearly now. The priests would have to do that yearly. Why? Because they were sinful. We don't have to do it yearly. Okay? And it says, Baba Kishore, and it says, without saying, we were Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. So hold on, you got these men saying we were never in bondage. Yes, they were. During this time, we were under a Roman occupation, right? They were in bondage. The scripture says that. But you know why they said that? Because some of them were sitting in them high places with the Romans. That's why they said that. They were sitting in high places. So they thought, well, we can't be in slavery. Well, we're sitting with Herod, just around the corner from Herod's palace. So we must be free. No, in other words, they just sold out. They were not free. How you got people sell out today and think they're free? You're more of a slave. If you sell out, if you sell your soul, you're definitely a slave. When you sell your soul, you're a slave. When you don't sell your soul, you're not a slave. You're still intact. Thank you, brother. Yeah, they're clapping. Okay. We're gonna have them clapping for Yahweh Shai. In the kingdom, they're gonna be clapping for our Lord and Yahweh Shai, man. I like that, them clapping, man. They're gonna be clapping them hands for Yahweh Shai. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a good atmosphere right now. It's a good atmosphere. Right, you got the children over there playing tennis and all that. It's good atmosphere, man. Come on. Huh? And they're well behaved as well. They were very well behaved today. Well, quite well behaved today. Hasn't been too bad. Baba Kusha. And it says, Baba Kusha. And it says, how sayest thou you should be made free? Right? So they were asking that. How are we going to be made free? We were never in bondage. And you're saying you're going to make us free. So they didn't really have a good understanding of Yahweh Shai also. Okay? But we have a good understanding of Yahweh Shai. Right? How is the freeness? The freeness is through him. It says, and you shall know the truth and it shall make you free. See what else we got? Yes, we're free. Just don't put yourself back into bondage. Because this happens, out of fear, out of compliance, and out of what somebody else thinks about you. It happens to many Christians. Many Christians are not ready delivered. You ever seen a bird in a cage? You ever seen a bird in a cage? What happens when the bird's out of the cage? Sometimes it flies, sometimes it don't fly, because it was so used to that cage. The freeness is when you let the bird out of the cage and it flies. That's the freeness. That is that freeness, man. Okay. Let's see what else we got. And it says, Yahweh answered them, verily I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. So yeah, if you commit it, you become a servant to it. We don't want to be servants to sin. We want to be free from sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the son abideth forever. The son, Yahweh, abides in the house forever. The one priest forever. And he's in the house right now in the heavens. Okay? Forever. And ever, I'm looking sure. I'm getting surprised. A lot of blue color codes today. Look at the lot of blue color codes. Where are all these color codes? Where are all this blue coming from? Isn't it? Where are all this blue color code coming from? They're always doing it. The color I don't know. Color sensitive. It's part of the program, isn't it? Right? Why they do it? Only the Lord knows. But color sensitization. Right? A big part of this program is also energy harvesting as well. But we're not gonna focus on that. We're gonna stay focus on this. We're not gonna focus on color codes and this and all that. We ain't got time to focus on that. That's all a part of the program and the mind trip and all that stuff. We're gonna focus on the scriptures.
Coming in. What's say?
And how we be made free. Right? We be made free in Yahweh Shai. So walk in that freeness, man. Okay? And continue to walk in it. I'm enjoying this. It's been alright. It's been alright. The distractions hasn't been too bad today. Okay, you know, some days are good, some days are, you know, less. Okay, it's going alright, it's going alright, it's going alright so far. Come on. And it says, and if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. If, key thing, if the Son shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Therefore, guess what? The Son has made us free. So therefore, you are free indeed. If he shall make you free now. So he needs to do that. If he hasn't done that, then that means you're still in bondage. Right? That's why you got to rely on Yahweh Shai. Right? And all these people that are walking past, they're NPCs as well. Right? Suffering! Nah, you're suffering because you're wicked. Them demons are eating you up. Right? Don't fall for that as well. Oh, he's suffering. Nah, if you're gonna suffer for a righteous cause. You're not suffering for the wicked and what the wicked are doing. Remember, we're suffering for a righteous cause. So don't fall for them tactics there, bro. Yeah, we're suffering. That's them demons, but they're suffering, bro. They're getting beaten black and blue by them demons, because them demons, they made a oath with them demons to come after some of us for your soul, and they can't get your soul, so they're getting slapped about by them demons because they're a part of the occult. Just want to throw that out there. So when people say he's suffering, don't even listen to them. All right? They want you to believe that rubbish. They actually want you to believe it. They're suffering. They're getting beat black and blue by demons. That's what happens when you join these organizations, and you have to do what those demons tell you to do. Them demons are, I know them demons are in your ear, right? Telling you to do this, do that, get out the car, sniff, right? Say this, say that, do this. They get these people. Listen, let's switch topic now. We went into that, the gospel and so forth, Yahweh Shai. Let's talk about these members and what these people are involved in. Now, these members that you may see, right? A lot of you, we talk about the program again. The program is just Satan's servants. Satan has children in the physical, and God has children. Wheat and tares. Matthew 13. It talked about the wheat are the children of who? God. And you have the tares that are children of the devil. So guess what you have on earth today? You have children of the devil. Right? And when I'm saying children of the devil, I'm not talking about young, like toddlers. I'm talking about men as well. Children of the devil. And children of God. What, you former boxer? What's that on your shirt then? What's that, boxing belt?
Oh, that's my mate.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you had belts on them. Yeah. I'm seeing things. I'm bloody hallucinating. So you have two children. Children of God, children of the wicked. So as we're in this world, you know, when you're walking past people, talking to people, you're going to see that. And how are you going to notice it? By their actions towards you. Yes. The program, I know a lot of you've seen it, right? Sniffing, coughing, shouting, screaming, manifestations, right? The occult, red, blue. I'm not saying everybody that walks past you in blue is one of them. I'm wearing blue today. I'm not saying everybody that's wearing red is one of them, but it's designed that way to mind trip you. Now, I've told you their techniques. Their techniques, they deal with psychological warfare, right? The occult is tactics, right? They deal in codes, basically. They tie their shoelaces, they sniff, they cough, they beat, they do all types of things, all right? And that's to get your attention and to throw your equilibrium off. They talk about you. The demons talk about you. They try to get into your head. right? They do all types of things. All right. They slam things. That's the demons getting irritated. They spit. The spitting means when they spit, it means fuck you. Um, they sniff. They sniff a lot. They like to sniff. The sniffing is an irritation. So they sniff around you as well. It's like an irritation. All right. Demons. What do you have? They communicate with each other. All right. They communicate. You know what I'm saying? It says we're not ignorant of these things. Scripture says, "Be not ignorant of nothing, small or great." They've made oaths. A lot of these people have made oaths with the enemy, man. Why do you think they're after you? What do you think they're after, by the way? Mark, right? 9th chapter. What should a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What do you think they're after when they're looking at you? Your soul. What do you think they want you to give up? When they say give up, what do you think they want you to give up? Your soul. Right? Let it go. When they tell you let it go, what do you think they want you to let go of? Your soul. Right? Because they let go of their soul a long time ago. Can you hear her laughing? Can you hear her laughing? She knows what I'm saying is the truth. That's why she's laughing like that. I've heard of what women say, let it go. They want that soul of yours, man. You know? This world's spiritual, man. How you walking around in Satan's kingdom and you still have your soul intact and you walking around his kingdom? That's getting him mad. And you have a light to you. Right? You don't want that. See, they're laughing. They're laughing. That's okay, Lancashire. He wants your soul. He wants you to hand that thing over. That's why the Freemasons are coming after you. Because the Freemasons have sold their soul. The Freemasons, they're told to denounce, I don't know all the names, but so, I've been told they do teach the Bible, some of them. But I thought they were told to denounce that, right? In order to be a Freemason, don't you have to denounce God, right? I could be wrong. So they're after your soul. This is why they come around you and try to harvest your energy. Because the demons are draining them. Demons drain your life force. You know that, right? They suck you dry. So you're the source. We're the main source of energy. That's why they come after you. Like vampires. Alright? I know, what about what they're into? And they have to do rituals every other day. That's why they say thank you. Bye-bye. They're trying to, the Freemason demons are trying to, Azazel demons are trying to offshoot them sin somewhere. They're all practicing witchcraft on each other. All of them. All of them. All of them. And they're looking at you smiling, you going about the day. They're getting angry at that. Look at him with his smile on his face. Let's get him. Let's target him. Your targeting started. Why? Because you still got a soul. And other reasons as well. Because you're speaking truth. And you're exposing Satan's program. Which is Satan's program. What does it entail of? The occult, Freemasonry, and traffickers, MK Ultra, what else? All of that stuff. That's why them spirits are getting very upset. Right? All of it. I've literally had children speak to me and manifest demons to me. Right? Literally. Whether they wanted to or did not want to. I've seen it manifest, bro. In front of my face. Right? I've seen it. I've seen grown women as well. I've seen it. I've seen it. Oh, man, because you know why this is happening? Because we're closer to the end now. So as we get close to the end, the veil is getting thinner in Corinthians. When the veil turns to Yahweh Shai, then you can see now. So as we get close to the end, guess what's going to happen? The demons are not going to hide anymore. They're going to manifest. That's why they're going to start screaming. Yeah, they're going to try to hold it in, but over time they can't hold it in, can they? Right? They can't hold it in. They start manifesting. Right? And you start seeing them demons come out to play. Right? People shouting at you. Right? People saying, die! That's the demons that want you to die. Go, go. What's it? What's that? What's the other one? What's the other one? Gone, gone, go. All them things there, Baba Kusha. You're gonna see, that's manifest. It's the spiritual realm manifesting in the physical. Whatever happens in the spiritual happens in the physical. So we can, none of us can say, well, that's by chance. Yahweh Shah wants you to see what he wants you to see. But with you seeing that, you're going to be gaslighted by the same demons that are doing it. Because they don't want you to see it. Because they're not supposed to manifest. They're supposed to stay hidden. So when they do manifest, there's some power that's being that's coming to pass. Right? I'll see this stuff every single day. Right? Okay. I had some other woman, this is a few times, other woman was like, shut the fuck up! I'm like, what? Manifestation. I had another woman that tried to drive me off the road. Even when you're on the road, right, they try to drive you off the road and shit. These are spirits. People slamming doors and they're spirits. Right? Right? I've had the Freemasons try to mock me. Right? That's all, that's portal knowledge of the spiritual realm. They're opening portals as well. Dark energy. You might see one standing here, another standing here, and another standing in the middle, and there's like a gap. That's them trying to send spirits through the astral realm. I've had witches that have tried to astral project into my room. That's all Freemasonry. Alright? Okay? Try to have sex with you in your dreams. Okay? I had the Eastern Stars as well. They be watching me. Alright? Come on. Seriously, man. You'd be surprised how many people have actually sold their soul. You'd be surprised. This is why they copy you. This is why they copy you as well. I mean, they copy everything you do. You get a certain hairstyle, they start copying your hairstyle. You get certain trainers, they start copying your trainers. You get certain clothes, start copying your clothes. You get a bike, they start riding the same bike you have. The devil's a copycat. He's not original. Okay. Let me see what the time is. 12:19. I want to kind of reserve my energy today. I don't want to burn out. So this is the way things go. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing around you is happening in the spiritual realm. The elites, because they have a short time, they're conjuring, the elites, they conjure and they also have prognosticators. It tells you that in Isaiah 47. Stand now with that enchantment. The elites, you know they have, the elites have what you call priestesses. See, within the kingdom of darkness, they have what you call a priestess and priest. The priestess, they're head of a town. So every town you have what you call priestesses. These are high level witches. And their whole thing is to put spells upon that particular region or the area, to have people under a spell. So this is why you're seeing a lot of darkness in certain places, because the elites know they have a short time. Okay? That's the hocus I call it hocus pocus. Okay? We are in that time of great revelation. Okay? Great revelation. Right? And I know about this stuff because my grandma's an Eastern Star. My great grandfather was a Freemason. So some of us were breaking generational curses, man. I've had children. I already told you, bro. I had one child, this was 2 years ago. I was studying in some forest and the child was like, hey, with a demonic voice, he was speaking like this. He said, hey, come over here. I was like, oh my God. You start seeing a manifestation. That's why we need to, some of these children, pray for some of them as well. Because a lot of them on the MK Ultra, you know that, right? So pray for some of these, a lot of these children are trafficked. They're crying out for help. Right? A lot of these children are trafficked. You know some of these buildings? You see some of these men carrying them to these buildings and all that, holding their hands. Some of them are trafficked. Right? They might be screaming, help! So how do we help them? Through the word, you might have some of these children that are online, they might be watching your videos. And you're talking about these topics. Don't worry. Their child, Yahweh's coming to rescue you. Alright? Yeah, you got children like that. They're crying out. That movie, they cancelled it in cinemas. What's it called? Sounds of Freedom. Why did they cancel that movie in the cinemas? Because this was a story of a man that was trying to rescue a child that was trafficked. I still can't get the full movie. I haven't watched it. It's called Sounds of Freedom. So some of these children actually know what you're talking about. And they need help. But they're being held captive by predators. Right? And they don't know how to speak out. Right? So we got the word that can help them and comfort them. Right? We know that, bro. Come on. And the occult ain't gonna like you. The reason why the occult will come up against you because they're dealing with this type of stuff. They're doing this type of stuff. As much as they act like they're not, that's why the occult might be after you. Because the occult, they deal with children. Why? Because that's the occult. It's hidden knowledge, right? But they do things on the left-hand side. So if you're part of the occult, you got to do them rituals. You got to do them rituals, man. And one of them rituals, one of the main rituals is the children. Some of that, you got to drink blood out of a chalice. They be drinking blood out of a chalice. Right? The chalice, right? I want to drink your blood. Some of it is orgy. Some of these people have orgy parties where they get blindfolded as well. They call that treasure hunting, right? Right? That's initiation. You know, that's initiation. They get blindfolded, right? And it's a whole room of men and women and all that. They get blindfolded. That's initiation. Then when they get out of hand, get out of line, the handler releases that. They have sex tapes and all that. That's how you keep these people in line. That's why brothers that are teaching, guess what they're trying to do? They're trying to have something on you. All right? All the orgies, sex parties, children, Pizzagate, all them type of stuff. All right? What else? I don't know. I don't know everything they do because I'm not there. I'm not a part of that. So how would I know? I don't know. But I do know they have ceremonies. It tells you that in the Apocrypha. They have secret ceremonies. And I don't know where they go to have these. Obviously some building somewhere, right? And most of these ceremonies, I mean, I don't know. It could be a business hall. It could be a town hall. It's probably a town hall or a business hall. Right? Okay, they're not going to like me for this one. They're going to be like, they're going to get on their phones now. Yeah. Target him. get him. You know? So they have ceremonies, man, in some of these town halls, right? They probably have your face on the picture, right? Probably poking it with voodoo dolls and all that. But that's the left-hand side. In order to get up in Satan's kingdom, you have to do sin. That's how he's promoting you, through sin. In order for us to get up in God's kingdom, righteousness. That's how we get promoted. Right? So that's just part of how things go. Okay, the best thing to do is stay with Yahweh Shai. Because as long as you got him, you can abide forever. Okay? This is why you're being watched. Because most of this earth is under the influence of the evil one. So the evil one's going to be watching you. And yes, you do have cults watching you. Yes. Worldwide. Worldwide. Right? You're being surveilled, basically, by your cult members. Alright? Oh yes. And the Masons, the Blue Lodge, the Orange Lodge, they're all watching. Okay? And you're being studied. They study you as well. What makes you tick? What do you like? What don't you like? Okay? Do you have any triggers? Right? So they also use that as a temptation. The things you like, they use that as a temptation. So people will be sent your way. If you like women, they're gonna send women. You like jewelry, they're gonna send jewelry. You like certain dog, they send you a certain dog. You like a certain house, they will show you that house. Because the enemy, he tempts you to. That's what he does. I've been given every offer you can think of. I've been given, but I was taken to the mountain and I refused the deal. And the enemy got very mad. Oh yeah, I've been taken to the mountain top several times. But then I had to tell him to get behind me. I shall worship Yahweh. Well, Yahweh and him only should I worship. I've been offered all of that. Women, oh my gosh. The women, bro. If the women they've presented before me, bro, like models, like top tier models, bro. But I refused it because they give you all of that. What happened when Yahweh was tempted? The devil said, I will give you all these things. I'll give you it all. What do you want? I'll give you the money. I'll give you the women. I'll give you all of it, all the kingdoms. But he says, but you got to bow down to me. So he can give you all of that. But in return, you have to bow down to him. In other words, you have to comply to what he's telling you to do. See, we all have a choice, man. And some choose to do that and some choose not to. Then the ones that choose not to, well, Satan is going to lie to you. Well, yeah, well, you're going to suffer. Well, but hold on. The scripture says we have power over you anyway. So the suffering, he can only make you suffer only if the God allows him to make you suffer to a certain extent. Like Job. There's limits. The Satan can't just do what he wants to you. There's limitations. Right? There's limitations. Right, so I'm laughing because I'm thinking about it. This is visual. Yahweh was tempted 40 days and 40 nights. Right? Right? I get tempted every day. What do you want? What is it that you want? You want women? What do you want? I'll give you that. You want a car? He can give you all those things, and it comes in the form of handlers. So these people, they have handlers, and the handlers are the ones that give them these things, but they have to do things in return. You see? Have to do things in return. They give you a wife. Most of these people with the marriages, that man, it wasn't ready. It wasn't true love, was it? That woman was given to that man in return to Satan. So a lot of these real marriages, they're not even real marriages. It's not real marriages. They're not even real couples. I've seen it. I've seen couples. Couples will try and make me jealous. They start holding hands, and the woman will start looking at me while she's hugging her man. It's fake. Now they could still be in love, but it was organized. Remember, this society is it's not real. So I'm gonna shut off here. Lord willing, this was edifying. You better hold on to that soul. I'm gonna shut off here. And on to the next time. Shalom.